Hey, you want to see something really scary?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
What's blood for, if not for shedding?
Welcome to Fright Night.
Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty.
And I'm Chad.
This week, we're covering 1977's Prey.
Not to be confused with the one where Idris Elba punches a lion.
Kator to command ship.
Command ship.
I am now in orbit.
Proceed with mission.
UFOs, fact or fiction? Space explorers or figments of the mind?
Made contact with human life forms. New identity established.
Are aliens already amongst us?
Command ship. Command ship. Their immediate reaction aggressive. Ready to take terminal action.
Continue with mission.
Why are they here?
Success of total operation essential.
For 1,000,000 years, man was the hunter. Now, he is the prey. Prey. Certificate X.
Well, that's why I said 1977's. Was Idris Elba even born in 1977?
No, I'm not sure. I just know. That was the most recent movie called Prey.
Yeah, and then there's that other one that Hulu came out with about the Predator. Not the Predator, but...
It was the Predator.
Oh, it was the Predator, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Popular title for a movie.
Yes. This is a movie from the UK.
Yes.
Overseas. Well, actually Australia, right?
No, it's England.
It's England, okay. Chad.
Yes.
Why don't you discuss how you got this film?
Well, while we were at the Overlook Film Festival, Vinegar Syndrome had a table set up there. I was perusing the movies. Came across this one, and the woman running the table said, "Oh, you'll like this one. This one's crazy. You should just pick this one up, and it's on sale for like $5 right now." I was like, "Okay." So, take my $5. Took this movie. And this movie, let me tell you, the insanity that goes on in this movie, worth the $5.
Thank you, Vinegar Syndrome, for giving us another fucking experience. Because let me tell you, wow. I would say I never heard about this movie ever.
Yeah, this is the first time I had heard anything about it ever.
Underrated. Borderline softcore porn.
Oh, no, it's softcore porn.
Fine.
There's no borderline. It's softcore porn.
Okay, it's softcore porn, so it's fabulous. Alert. This film is NC-17.
Yeah. Because it originally got an X rating when it was released in England.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah. Now it's NC-17.
Now, I don't want to say the crazy thing, but what makes this film different, for a multitude of reasons, is that this film follows two lesbians, which at the time, that wasn't really something that you would see on film.
Yeah, but for 1977, this movie's crazy progressive.
Oh yeah, super progressive. Now,
in some ways.
Oh my god, okay. Now, the two actresses that play the lesbians are Sally Faulkner, who was Josephine, and Gloria Annan, who was Jessica. And then it's a very small cast. And then you have Barry Stokes, who plays Anders Anderson.
Yes. Because...
Or Kator.
Yes.
Kator.
Because he is an alien who has just arrived on Earth. And he manages to murder a couple making out in a car. And the guy's name is Anderson. And later when they ask, "What's your first name?" he goes, Anderson. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
Yeah, and the Gloria, who has the most interaction. I'm sorry, Jessica is the name of the character. Has the most interaction. She's kind of aloof in some ways. So now, before the alien arrives, you get a little backstory, a little glimpse at the relationship between the women, and the Josephine's character is a little overbearing. She's controlling. She's a jealous woman. She basically wants to keep Jessica, like a little bird in her cage, even though technically the house that they're living in, which is this like crazy ass fucking house.
Yeah, like giant mansion.
Yeah. Belongs to Jessica, but Josephine is very controlling. And she is very jealous, and there's something kind of weird going on between them. When at the beginning I was like, I don't know, is she being held captive against her will? It's kind of weird the way the dialogue between the two.
And they imply that Josephine worked for the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she met Jessica. And then something non-specified happened to Jessica's parents, and they died and left her this house, and now it's just her and Josephine living in it. And as time goes on, you realize that Josephine will do just about anything to keep the house free of anyone that might be interested in Jessica, including murder people with the largest switchblade I've ever seen in my life.
This switchblade, it's like Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like a machete switchblade. It's huge.
Yeah, it has nothing. It's like Crocodile Dundee is like trying to get the switchblade because he's like, I need this to get more gated boost.
Yeah, I got a knife. That's not a knife. This is my new knife right here.
Yeah, it's fucking massive. I was like, is that even real? Because it's huge.
Or that, or these women are so tiny they just look like giant in their hands, one or the other.
God. Well, that's very possible. Now, like in all, this is 1977, so we're not going to have insane graphics. Even though I think Close Encounters came out that year, didn't it?
Next year.
So, not that had insane graphics, but so there's green lights in the sky, and Jessica's like, "Oh no, I don't know. There's some weird shit going on out here," and of course, like in all things, you want to go investigate. And, then soon after, Shud said, then you have Anders Anderson come on the scene. And,
he is the craziest looking. I'm going to say, would you say it's like a pig/cat nose that he has?
Yes, well, we're not going to get into... I didn't think we were going to jump right into the makeup of the thing. I thought we were going to get into the... Fine, we'll just jump right into the makeup.
I could not help with the makeup. That makeup was insane.
So, I don't know what the fuck the thought process was, but it is very... It looks like Mickey Mouse mixed with whatever you just said it was.
Like a cat/pig?
A cat, pig, Mickey Mouse. I don't know.
He's got crazy contacts in.
Red contacts.
The super sharp teeth, and then the weirdest nose.
Yeah, he has like a little black nose, like Mickey Mouse. He has a little black nose tip. Now, this is where I wish they would have just kept it fucking simple. When he transforms, okay, when he gets a little, I don't know, hungry, or he's about to like go like full alien, he just has the red contacts in, and then the teeth. They should have just fucking kept it like that.
They didn't need to give him a fake nose.
No, the fake nose, and then I don't know if he has like whiskers, but I don't know. He just looks weird, and it's fucking terrible. It is comically terrible. Okay, that's what would take a lot of people out of this film, but you just need to fucking see the film because the dialogue is fine. It's a small cast. The movie moves pretty quickly.
This could easily be a stage play, and it wouldn't be that big a deal.
No, what takes up, because you have to be a certain length in order to be considered to be a feature film. So what takes up the majority of the film is the, I don't know, 20-minute scene of them. Anderson, I'm an alien. I have no idea what this is. He just like decides to walk on water. That doesn't work out because you can't walk on water, and he drowns. He's like drowning, and the girl Gloria sees it. She goes in after. Of course, Josephine's like, "Oh shit, my fucking girlfriend's like in the water, like trying to save this dude," and everyone's drowning. She jumps in. All three of them are in the nastiest, muckiest looking fucking water, like to the point like in real life.
They actually had to get shots after they were in the water because the water was so disgusting. They had to get like antibiotic shots.
That's the scariest part of the film, is how dirty that water is.
Also,
and
the fact that the water was no more than waist deep, and Anderson, who looked like he was 6'2", could have just stood up and walked out at any time. Yeah, it didn't look good. It looked like obvious, like he was sitting down thrashing around the whole time. That part was really bad. And it's a slow motion, and you're there for a really long time. That's a comically long time.
That's the worst part of the movie, but I do not regret seeing this movie because the concept of it all, like you have, and this can totally be remade.
So they just find Anders that walking around in his like, he popped out of the alien ship, which we never see. He crashed his ship somewhere or landed it. We never see that. Always sees the green lights.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't afford a spaceship. They couldn't even afford to wrap a car in tinfoil and claim it was a spaceship.
And he's communicating with the alien, his alien friends, back and forth. Just telling them of like, I
have arrived on Earth. Mission phase 1 begins.
Yes, that simple fucking alien communications.
He comes up on the couple, like making out in the car. He ends up killing the guy and taking his form.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he kills and eats the girl. Then he's just walking around in the woods the next day when Jessica and Josephine find him. He gives them the whole Anderson name. Because, what else has he got to do?
Yeah, and he's, obviously, like you said, he ate the girl. So he's carnivorous. He's a carnivorous alien.
Yep.
And, the lesbians bring him in. And, Gloria, right before then, she was, telling the Josephine, like, she can't be living like this anymore. And she's got to go. And she's not happy. And this is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then you have the hot male in town, because he's a pretty good looking guy, and he's like Shad said, he's fucking huge. He's like 6 feet tall. He comes in and it's like new life into the house. It's like, oh, but what we found out a little bit beforehand was that there was another dude that used to come around, and he like disappeared. And Jessica finds it kind of weird that he just fucking disappeared because he was always coming around. And, Josephine's like, yeah, whatever. He just got bored. He's done. But she does not take that for an answer. She goes snooping around and finds like bloody clothes and basically,
the giant switchblade.
Josephine like murdered this guy. Because he was getting, too close to Gloria. Too close to Gloria's the actress name. I'm just going to keep calling her Gloria. Jessica Gloria, and that's what's going on there. So you have all that going on, and then you have this alien, and the alien is just like super alien about everything. Like he don't know, he's never seen a bird before. I mean, he just came from the planet, like his planet.
He just got off the bus from Altair 5.
Yeah, so he doesn't know anything, and the women like. You would think, because I think that's what the whole thing is, like the women are so like fucked in the brain about what's going on. This one woman's worried her other woman's leaving, or that she's interested in this new guy that fucking came about, and like she's like, oh, now I gotta kill this fucking guy. The other girl's like, I'm tired of being in this house all the fucking time, and this woman's fucking controlling me. I gotta get the fuck out of here. And everyone is too busy in their own shit to realize this guy is special. There's something wrong with him, and I don't know. He may be an alien. I don't know.
I love when they take him like they make him some breakfast the one day, and then they he doesn't go well. He doesn't like the breakfast apparently.
No, he vomits it. He throws it up.
So then the next morning they go to get more eggs and find out that someone or something has just went in there and eaten the chickens.
Yeah,
Gee, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah.
So then they decide to go on a fox hunt, and they tell him to go start banging the trees to run the fox out, and he just walks like a zombie through the trail, just like there and comes out, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, because Josephine was so upset that this fox killed the chickens that they were gonna go get this fucking fox. And, and they don't get the fox. And I love the women are there having their tea or whatever. And he just fucking comes in the room and throws the fucking fox onto the fucking table.
Throws it on the chessboard and just says, "I found the fox."
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh." Well, that gets Josephine very excited. She's like, "Thank God you killed that fucking fox. So I'm so glad he's dead. He killed my favorite chickens." Well, so let's all have dinner tonight to celebrate.
Yeah, but then she won't let it go. She asked him like 29 questions in that dinner. How'd you kill the fox? I didn't even see him in the trap. What's going on here? And I was just like, dude.
Now, this is the best part, though. When they say, you can stay for dinner tonight. Let's get you something to wear. And then they take him upstairs and they put a dress on this man.
And they put makeup on
him. They put makeup on him. They do his hair.
I feel like they gave him a necklace.
He had a necklace. And then they bring him back down to continue the party. Like, really? This is okay. Obviously, there's something wrong. That this guy was just like, they didn't think anything about it when they're just like, hey, what we think is an average guy that just walked through the woods here and met us, we're just going to put you in women's clothes and make you up in 1977. And you'll be 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I was alive in 1977. That wasn't a thing that happened that people just randomly did. Two women did not just see a guy walking down the street and go, "Hey, come on in here. We're going to dress you up like a woman and put makeup on you. And you'll be cool with that, right?" No, that did not happen. But this guy, they should have known something was off right away when they were told him that. And he was like, "Yes, I am fine with that."
And this is where, on a psychological level, I'm like, okay, well, this is happening now. But why, though? Was it to make him, if they thought that he was just an average man, was it to bring him down in his masculinity, to dress him up as a woman? Or Josephine couldn't, have a threesome between her and Jessica, and if he was dressed like a man, so they dressed him like a woman, so they could all pretend they were having some lesbian orgy. I don't know what the fuck the thought process was. I have no idea. But that happened.
What I do love is during this dinner, he can't eat the food because apparently he can only eat raw, live food.
Yeah, no, he's only.
But he can drink some fucking champagne.
Oh, he's all about the champagne. This alien is bougie as fuck.
He's just pouring glass after glass and chugging it during the whole dinner time.
Yeah, he's all about it. He's all about this. And you don't know where this is going. And Jessica has been so kind to him. And she's been so endearing and so understanding. And he's just been a good listening ear. And,
Mostly because he really doesn't understand English. So he's just kind of going, "Yes, Kator, understand."
Oh, God. And, he tells her, you don't want to be captive, you want to get out of here. And she finally gets the balls and confronts Josephine. She's like, "I'm out, I'm getting out of here, I'm leaving with fucking Anders." And, then they all decide to play hide and seek game.
Yeah.
Which that's where the shit goes awry. And, Josephine's walking around with a fucking big old machete that she got there. And they're all fucking hiding. And, worst comes to worst, and boom. I don't even know. What's crazy? That in this whole explanation about this movie, we forgot about the softcore porn stuff, which I feel like everyone's waiting for us to talk about. I'm just gonna say, we said it was softcore porn. Y'all have to just see it. It's the interaction between the two women.
For 1977, it was pretty wild.
It's the interaction between the two women, and it is on like Donkey Kong, okay? And you get the feeling that's going to happen because in the living room, Josephine, Jessica tells Josephine to dance with Anders, and it looks like they're gonna have something going on with them, but nothing happens, nothing transpires. And, when Jessica decides that she's gonna leave, and Josephine is like still, I guess, is she still going around the house trying to find them? She's outside mad.
Well, she went to look for the fox because she saw what looked like maybe Anders had eaten part of the fox.
Yeah, what I'm talking about, the part where Jessica's like, I'm just gonna fuck this dude now. Like, she's just like, I'm gonna have sex with this guy. Because she was already out in her mind. She's like, I'm done with being with this woman. I'm gonna, whatever. I'm gonna try to get Anders to like have...
Yeah, that was the next day after the hide and seek thing.
Yeah. Have him take me with him, and the best way to do it is like, look, you can have this right now. And then you're gonna ask me to
Well,
go
no, what had happened was after they got into after they did their hide and seek, they got into a little bit of an argument. And Josephine shakes the shit out of Jessica and knocks her down and whacks her head smashes her head against the flower pot.
Oh, I forgot about the abuse, yes. And then you think the bitch is dead, yes. And then he brings the body, and you're like, oh my God. And, you don't know if Jessica's dead or not for a while.
Because Josephine just goes out there and starts digging a grave in the backyard.
She sure fucking does. And she's digging that grave like a fucking... She is mad as fuck. She's like, how dare this bitch and all that. And she's just ranting it out there while she's just digging this very, very 6 deep grave.
Yeah, so you're not sure at first, like... Yeah, so she plans on putting Jessica in there for sure, and maybe Anders later.
He was definitely going to go in there. I feel like she dug too.
But this is when Jessica wakes up and is like, you know what? I need to get out of here. I need you to take me, and I am going to have sex with you and bang you into agreeing with me. Lord, things get crazy from there.
I'm going to tell you that we did say there was softcore porn, and they get it on. Again. Well, no. I'm just saying.
This is our second softcore porn.
Softcore porn that turns into, I'm going to say that he definitely ate her out. But not the way that y'all thinking. So Jessica doesn't make it through the encounter. And, Josephine walks in, she sees this fucking her girl just all fucked up. She did. And Nick out. And then it's just like, I feel like there should have been like a Kill Bill, like like showing the Mickey Mouse like / pig face of fucking Anders Anderson. Who, is running after Josephine, and she comically just trips over her own fucking grave like an idiot. And, you have that fucking perfect... I love when they do, like, you see him walk up and it's, like, still frame of, like... It's so European of, like, her just, like, screaming, and it's just, like, still, like... And you're like, yeah, she didn't make it.
She did not. The next thing we see is Kator, or Anders Anderson. On his radio, giving the report, begin the invasion. Humans are easy prey and full of protein.
Yes.
And we see 2 little girls skipping, holding hands. The end.
Fucking amazing.
Now, let me tell you, we may have spoiled everything in this movie.
We sure did, because the movie's old as fuck, but just watch it.
Watching it, you will still enjoy the hell out of this movie because it is so ridiculous and weird that, like, we watched some of the stuff on the Blu-ray, and they had like production time of like 3 weeks for pre-production, and during that time they didn't even finish the screenplay. They were working on the screenplay every day. They were handing them pages, and they filmed this whole thing in 10 days. So they had more time for pre-production than they did for actually production. So they rushed this thing through, and it shows because there's not much story to it. It's just an excuse to get to the different sex scenes is all it is.
I don't know. I disagree. I like the sex scenes. They're great. But I really like the story. I love that this alien has come from his planet to go...
snack on humans?
It's very reminiscent of the whole Twilight Zone.
To serve man. It's very reminiscent of that. And I like that, he's come on and
you just don't know. You do not see that movie's gonna go in this fucking direction. The whole time I'm just like, what the fuck is this movie? Like, what the hell am I watching? You know, what's going on here? And you do not expect it to become fucking bleak as hell. The movie has a fucking fucked up ending.
Yeah.
You know? And all of mankind is fucked now, because now you're gonna have these fucking crazy aliens just gonna fucking just be eating people, you know, which is fucking great. Like, where's the sequel, you know?
Well, they did talk about doing a sequel called Human Prey, but this one didn't make enough money that they were able to do that.
Yeah, this is another film that should be remade. Now, I'm not gonna say what the softcore porn, but the concept of an alien coming to Earth to scope it out, like, you know, a fucking alien movie ever made, to scope it out, to figure out that we are a delicious snack.
And ends up in a secluded location with a couple.
Yeah.
And nowadays, the lesbian couple wouldn't even be that shocking or surprising to have in it. For 1977, this must have blown people away when they saw it in the theater. What?
Yeah, I can't even imagine what people were thinking when they saw this. Like, it just made them like, what is this? But then again, I'm like, it's overseas. They're a little more progressive than we are. You know, America's very, you know.
Yeah, it's
dot. So, it was... I'm going to assume it was a little more accepting over there than it would have been if it was over here, you know?
Yeah.
People over here were like watching like Debbie Does Dallas and that kind of fucking shit. Whatever. This is really terrible. But I give it... I don't want to give it a rating. I don't want to give it a rating because I don't want the rating to... like deter people from watching it. It's definitely something you should see if you can see it, because it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Yeah, it's a very... I'm not sure it was available on any streaming service right now, but if you get a chance to pick up the DVD of it, or the Blu-ray of it, it's worth it. It's a crazy movie.
Check out if Vinegar Syndrome has it, you know.
I'm sure it's still there on their shelf somewhere.
One day, and I may really fuck this up, but I feel like one day, if they don't already, unbeknownst to me, that Vinegar Syndrome should just have their own damn channel, because that would
it's not available streaming anywhere.
That would show some fucking interesting, crazy ass fucking forgotten films.
Yeah.
You know, and this is definitely one of them. And I'm so glad that you picked this up, because it is a gem.
Yeah, definitely check this out if you get a chance. It's and the special features on it are good. The only thing I was a little disappointed in the Blu-ray was there was no captions. So this might be the only Blu-ray I've ever got that doesn't have any kind of captions on it.
It was 1977 though.
Yeah, but there's older movies they've captioned.
Yeah, I mean, they were like, we're not spending the money on these captions.
Yeah, probably not.
And a lot of it's, you know, the guy's named Andrew Anderson. There's a lot of moaning in the movie. It's just like, we're not going to waste the money on that.
That's probably true. But
definitely check it out if you ever come across it. It's definitely worth the watch for the shits and giggles and the fucking softcore porn alone. You know, not a lot of not any softcore porn really has like a good story. No one's in for the fucking story. No one's in like, oh yeah, where's this going to take me? Like, no, people are just there to watch, you know, the sex scenes. But you have the sex scenes and then something actually happening, you know, and that is worth it. And then just like the grotesque of it all, like in this beautiful canopy bed, you know, you have this naked man and this beautiful woman. I mean, you know, the actress playing Jessica, they were both lovely, but the actress playing Jessica was just gorgeous, like just gorgeous woman. And you know, she's there, her throat's all ripped out, and he's covered in blood, you know, his face all... Just the imagery alone is like, oh my gosh, it's so shocking. Like, you're like, shit, you know, because you think like the fucking alien and the damn woman are becoming friends. Like, you know, I just, you don't know what the intention is.
Never make friends with your food.
That's very true. That's right. And then he played with the food. I like how he went back to just like continue eating her. It's just, it's a lot. Well, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Jump Scare the Horror Podcast. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.